Hey, what's up everybody? GameDad here, coming at you with a video showcasing my current handheld collection and everything that I've got in that. So we're just going to do a quick overview here, starting with a few of those Game & Watches, going up through the various Game Boys. It's just a quick overview of everything currently in the handheld collection. And we'll go ahead and we'll hit on each one of these separately. So right here, I don't have a lot of Game & Watches, but I do have the Donkey Kong Jr. panorama screen. So when you open that one up, it actually displays everything up into that top screen and then reflects it down onto the mirror. We have the Mickey Mouse Game & Watch, another Donkey Kong Jr., different version of it. Right here we have the Mario Bros, which is actually one of the two-screen ones. And right here we have my original Game Boy. Then we go into a few different Game Boy Pockets. I like to collect different colors of each of the handhelds, try to see how many of them I can get. And right here we move into my collection of Game Boy colors. So we got that clear and the clear orange going through. I don't remember what the special names for the different colors are. Got that kind of aqua one, the clear purple. Got that yellow Game Boy color. Got that Pikachu around the rim right there, around the screen bezel. Got the lime green color. And right here we have my various Game Boy Advance. So that's the see-through purple and pink. And right here we've got the yellow, red. Here's the white. This one was actually my very first Game Boy Advance. I remember buying that as a kid and getting that at the local EB Games. We got the black one. Got the see-through orange, just like with the Game Boy Color. Got that see-through light purple. I think they call it like indigo or something like that. And then right here we've got the solid orange Game Boy Advance. And right here are my various Game Boy Advance SPs. So we got a couple shades of blue right there. Got my gold one, black one. Moving over, got red, silver, white, and pink. And then actually right here is my Game Boy Advance Micro. As you can see, it's a little beat up, but that's what you get whenever you have a console that goes in your pocket all the time. But that was a pretty cool little handheld. And right here is where my DS collection starts. This is the original Nintendo DS, but this is the special Mario Kart DS edition. So that one was pretty cool. And moving on, got another DS here. Open that one up. Just a nice regular Nintendo DS, black color. Then moving on, this was my first 3DS. This was that cool bluish green color that they had come out with, so I'd picked one of those up. Now here we have my special edition 3DS XL. It's the gold one with the Triforce on it, and this was the one for Link Between Worlds on 3DS. So that was a pretty cool one to pick up. Then right here we have my red new 3DS XL. It's when they added the awesome stylus in there, or not stylus, but the C-stick. So that was fun. Got some different color ABXY buttons going on. And right here, got my 2DS. This is just the regular blue 2DS, nothing crazy. Right here, we have the new 2DS XL. This one has got the nice big screens on it, actually folds up, and main difference is it just gets rid of the 3D, which I never really used it anyway, so I didn't mind. Now right here is my special edition Metal Gear PSP. I believe this is a 3000 model. It's got that awesome green color. Came with, forget which Metal Gear it came with, but it came with one for PSP. And right here, we've got my PS Vita. This is by far a very underrated console. I mean, honestly, this handheld is awesome. It's got a great selection of games, and I think they're still making a few games every now and again for it. Now, this is the only Neo Geo Pocket Color that I have, but you know what? It works great, and it's actually a really cool little console. Very responsive, good color on it. Would have been nice to have more of a backlit screen to it to see it a little easier, but that was a problem with most handhelds back in the day. Now going down the line, here is my Model 1 Atari Lynx. What was cool about these is they actually made them two-player with the buttons right here. So one person would be on one side of it, and then you just pass it directly over to the next person and they could play. Actually a pretty good console, really good audio in it. Really wasn't bad. And then right here is my Model 2 of the Atari Lynx, and everything that was wrong with the original Lynx and the Model 1, they fixed it all in this one. This was a much better handheld than the original one. Now here we have my original Game Gear. This was my Game Gear from back in the day, and I've got that extra battery pack on there since this thing would just destroy AA batteries. It was ridiculous how fast the batteries went through, but it had a color screen and it was awesome. Great audio as well. Then right here is my Sega Nomad. Now this one actually has a modded screen on it, so the quality of the games when you play on this are just amazing. Now one thing I will say about this handheld though is this thing was beefy. This is a very thick console to hold, and then I've even got the extra battery pack on it because just like the the Game Gear, it had that same issue of just eating through battery. But this plays Sega Genesis games. So Sega Genesis games on the go, which was awesome. And with that backlit screen and the modded LCD in it, makes this console great to play. Now for those times I want to get my Super Nintendo on the go going, I have my Model 1 Superboy right here. And pretty cool console. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect it to be. It's just a portable Super Nintendo. I mean, it's pretty responsive. It's kind of bulky like the Game Gear and the Nomad, but does exactly what it's supposed to do and plays pretty decently. It even has you got your headphone out, your volume, all of that, and then up top here, yeah, it charges via USB, and then you actually have your AV out, so you can output it to TV, so turn it into a regular Super Nintendo. So that's pretty cool. Now, what handheld collection wouldn't be complete without a couple of total bomb stinker handhelds? So right here we have the GameCom. I mean, it was pretty cool. It was the first handheld that actually had a stylus with it, so that was kind of neat. And it was kind of cool that it actually allowed you to put two games in at once, and it even had an attachment for people to be able to go on and actually connect to a modem and get online with it. I mean, I don't personally know of anyone who ever went online with a GameCom, but I guess it's kind of cool that it was capable of it. The library for it was just garbage, though. Now this one, on the other hand, it actually had a pretty decent library. This is the Nokia N-Gage, the Model 1. And for those that have seen these before, this is the taco, because it looks like a taco. And there's the speaker for you to hold it up to your ear, because this was actually a cell phone. But the super annoying thing about this, other than the really weird resolution because of the vertical display, was if you ever wanted to actually switch a game, you'd have to take off the back, take out the battery, take out the SIM card, because that's where the games would go, put it all back together, and then turn it back on, and you'd be able to play your games. So you had to completely power this stupid thing down every time you wanted to play a game. Very annoying. But luckily with the Model 2 version, they actually fixed that issue and you could swap games on the fly. Speaking of total stinkers, the R-Zone, the first, or not first, but the virtual reality console. It was made by Tiger Electronics, but again, as with most gimmicky things like this, it was actually quite horrible. And believe it or not, worse than the Virtual Boy. I mean, Virtual Boy at least had a few good titles, but this one, it would take that Tiger Electronics style LCD display, put it in a little cartridge, and then it would have this little flap that would kick down in front of your eye, and you'd walk around looking like an idiot with this thing strapped to your head. So, yeah. Thought I'd pick one up just because I remember getting one when I was a kid, but this thing was dumb. Now, I don't have a lot of the Tiger handhelds, but I do actually really like the ones that I have. So right here, we've got Mega Man 2, then we got Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, Street Fighter 2, arguably one of the best Street Fighters ever. We got Sonic Spinball, that one was actually pretty fun, on the Tiger handheld anyways. Power Rangers, the original Power Rangers, not one of those weird spin-offs. And Ninja Gaiden. So those are those Tiger handhelds. Like I said, I don't have a lot of them, but I do like the ones I have. I think they're pretty fun for what they are anyways. I decided to include these as handhelds because they require a phone, so I think it's more of a handheld. So right here we have the Samsung Gear VR, and then right here we have the Samsung Gear VR 2. So these are actually pretty decent when you use them. I mean, this one, this was before, the Rift or the Vive or any of that came out, and it was actually really awesome. It's like, wow, this is coming off of a phone. And this one, they improved upon all of it. You had a lot better what do they call it, cornea spacing. So this one made it a lot easier, and it actually allowed for expanded phones. Now, with my current phone, I actually can't use these anymore because my current phone is too big. They actually made a new edition of the Gear VR 2 it's the same profile, but the inside of it is slightly bigger to hold phones like the Note 8. So there you have it. That is my current collection of handheld devices. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and leave me a comment down below or hit those like and subscribe buttons. And don't forget to hit that notification icon as well. That way you will be alerted whenever I release a new video. Now, thank you for watching, and as always, this is GameDad.